Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I am coming to you live from. No, I'm in downtown Oakland in City Center. There's a sign over there that says City Center over there. Um, Let me turn it around so you guys can see. That's the sign over there, Oakland City Center. So there are a bunch of businesses here. The federal government, if you can see all the way in the back, it's peeking out. The federal building is there. And then where I came from is a job fair. We had a job fair in Oakland, right there. If you can see, I'll try to zoom in. Let me see. You still can't see that well, but anyway, there was a job fair, and supposedly all the agencies and companies that came are actively hiring, as opposed to maybe other job fairs where, um, they weren't necessarily hiring. They were just, I don't know, I guess giving out info on the companies. But here, everyone was supposedly looking for someone. So I went, and um, it's so dark over here, but it's just too sunny for me. If I go in the sun, okay, I think right here. Lighting is important when you're doing videos, you guys. So, um, yeah, so anyway, I went there and I had registered, but even when you register, I had to wait in line at least like 30 minutes, probably 40 minutes. And then when you go in, each agency has a line for people wanting to talk with them. So there was the city of Oakland, there was Caltrain, which is a train system in San Francisco. There was BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit, which is the subway system or train system for the Bay Area. There was City of Oakland. Did I just say that? The Oakland Police Department, I think Alameda County Sheriff, PG&E, which is Pacific Gas and Electric Company, our electric company. They had FedEx. They had, I'm trying to think of all the different agencies that were there. Southwest Airlines was there. So anyway, there were people. I registered and I already knew who was going to be there. They listed them, but I printed out resumes because they said you should do that, even though they're probably going to have QR codes for us to scan, which is what they did. Um, yeah, so I mean, it was difficult. It was sunny. It's really hot. It was hot and sunny. I mean, not like high temperature, but I was just like with all the people waiting in line. Um, it was hard to go to each booth. I didn't have the energy, but I just took whatever information I could. So, the job situation in America, you guys, is really, 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 really bad. I think for those who are working, maybe you don't feel it. Like maybe that's how I was when I was employed. You just don't know until you're out of work and you're trying to find a job. And usually, I've never been in the situation where it's taking me, since I came back from Rwanda, it's been almost 9 months, but really, let's just say 8 months that I've been actively looking. I mean, actively, like almost daily. And I haven't found anything. And at first in the beginning, I was like, oh, maybe it's because I have a gap in my resume because I went to another country. So the last time I worked was June. I left my job with whatever job I had then. It was 2022 that I left the job. And then I was in Rwanda for almost 3 years. And then I came back. So I'm like, is it the gap? Is it age? The older you get, I mean, there's age discrimination because when they look on there, you would think it would help that you have all these years of experience, but it's real, y'all. And then, so I was thinking it's just a unique situation to me. It's not. It's not. I started hearing, even online, people were posting videos saying, what's going on? I've been unemployed for 7 months, 1 year, 2 years, and I keep applying. No one's responding to me. I have all this education, all this work experience, and it's bad. And imagine, since I've been here, major companies have laid off people. There was one tech company, I think, that laid off like 30,000 people all over the world. Spirit Airlines, which is an airlines in the U.S., closed down, shut down completely. So imagine thousands of people without work. and other companies who laid off people. And so, on top of the millions of people that were unemployed looking for a job, it's being added to it. And then they keep saying it's AI. Companies want to spend so much money on AI that they're letting go of people. So, I don't know, it's been very frustrating. And I think for me, my situation, everyone's situation is different, because I think if when I last had a job, which was 2022, if I had taken time off and tried to get a job then, it would have been easier. Imagine within 4 years, you guys, how much has changed. Because in my head, I was like, oh, I'm going to go back to California, just update my resume and start working. It didn't go as planned. And it's so stressful. It's really difficult. I don't know what to say, because sometimes I'm just speechless. Like, people think, oh, you just apply and you'll get it. No. I've been literally, for filling out like long forms, application online. I've updated my resume a couple of times. I've applied out of state. I'm not going to mention which states, but out of state, out of the country, and nothing. So I don't know. I don't know when I'll get a job. And I think trying to recover from not having worked is going to be very difficult, because, again, I had savings. First of all, I used the savings when I was abroad for for living expenses and for the business I was trying to open in Rwanda. So it's very, I know everything that's passed, everything that's happened, I can't change, because if I could go back, there's a lot I would do differently, right? But I can't. And all that I had, I used it again on living expenses and on the business I was supposed to, along with help from my mom, by the way, for the business. So all the savings I had just disappeared. I had some when I came, but again, I didn't realize it would take me this long, so it's dwindled. And it's very stressful. And I know I'm not the only one. There are millions of people. And these are people, everyone, like so many people qualified with education that have experience. It has nothing to do with us individually. It's the situation, not just in the U.S., all over the world, but I think specifically in the U.S. right now, it's really bad. The situation is bad. And then on top of that, since I've been here, the situation in Iran, which has added to the situation and made it even more difficult in terms of living expenses, things going up again, gas and food, because of the attack on Iran. And I don't know. I just wanted to make a commentary about this while I just came from the job fair, because there were hundreds and hundreds of people there, hundreds and hundreds of people at the job fair. And interestingly enough, I think I don't know, I just observed that majority, I would say like 95% were, I'm going to say it, it sounds funny, but people of color. I think, I don't know if we're having a harder time finding work as opposed to, our European American brothers and sisters. I don't know, but I think that was interesting, because the last job fair I went to, I felt like it was more mixed, but this one was, anyway, I just wanted to make a commentary, and I feel like I just rambled and I didn't really give a lot of information, because I feel like there's so much I want to say about it, but it's stressful, y'all. It's really stressful. And I think, again, doing all this for 8 months and nothing has come out of it, and not knowing when things will change, and even when I get a job, trying to recover from not having worked. And again, part of it was intentional on my part. I'm not going to count maybe the almost 3 years I was in another country trying to start a business, but still, when you take into account the total amount of years, it is like 4 years basically since I've last worked and had a paycheck. So I don't know what else I can say. I just wanted to comment on that, coming from the job fair, that the economy is really, really bad. I know there's still a lot of opportunities in the U.S., But at the same time, right now, it seems like so many companies have left the U.S. Number one, whether it was because of wages and getting cheaper labor outside, and also I don't know whatever policies have been put into effect that's affected different companies that have kept leaving, and even with the ones that are here. And another thing I want to mention, when I've been job searching, I've seen this online from people. They said there's a lot of jobs posted and companies are slick. Sometimes they're not even hiring, they're just putting it out there. People say they're collecting our data with all these different job opportunities. When you're applying and have to submit all this information, personal info, they're collecting that data and making money off of it. And then some of it, they said it's just like ghost position, meaning like they'll just pretend that they're hiring. I don't know what incentive there is with that. I don't know if it's to collect, and later on when they feel like they're ready to hire, they'll look at that pool and choose from there, or to make it look like it for tax purposes. I have no idea, but I think that's messed up. And I think everyone who's looking for a job has experienced just applying and not hearing back. And even when you have heard back, but no updates. So anyway, so we'll see what happens with me. I guess I have no choice but to keep what I'm doing and keep looking for work. And yeah, it's been a 8-9 month journey, and I've never seen it like this. It's a different time in the U.S., y'all. Different. So again, I can't have regrets. I made the decisions that I made, because I think looking back, I would, of course, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have moved to Rwanda. I had good savings that I could have used to, I don't know, like stay here and build up the savings. Like if I had stayed here, I would have, and kept working, I would have, my savings would have been a lot by now. But instead I'm down to, it's almost zero, and starting from scratch at this age. Okay, well, wish me luck, y'all. Pray for me, and for the millions of other people who are really even in worse situation. But in any case, we're all in the same boat, as in a lot of us who are looking for work. This is a really difficult time. It's hard to find it. So if you have work, be thankful. I know we always complain about our jobs. We hate it, and the commute, and just the routine, and the pay, and the people. But I think in this time, at this time, just be thankful. If you have, if you have a position, if you have a job, be thankful, and wish me luck. All right, y'all. Okay, like I said, I'm in right before I sign off. I'm in front of this cafe. It's called Marhaba Cafe. I just went in there, and the lady's Lebanese. I was telling her I lived in Jordan. Anyway, okay. So I just wanted to make commentary on that. All right. Bye, you guys.